Hey guys, so tonight I am coming to you guys with a soft glam everyday makeup tutorial. This is kind of my everyday makeup look, and I understand that it is a bit much for some people, but this is just my everyday makeup look. I'll do another video where it is like very simplified products, minimal products for a more everyday woman makeup look. But I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial, and I will see y'all next time. My face is freshly washed, so let's go ahead and prep. We're gonna start with some skincare and then we'll get started. So whenever I'm doing my makeup, I typically keep my skincare pretty light. Like I'm not doing my entire skincare routine to put my makeup over it. And for the video, I cut it back a good bit. Like I'm not doing my vitamin C. I'm not doing my sunscreen because it's like 8:40 in the evening. So I'm not putting my sunscreen on. I'm gonna do my eye cream, my moisturizer, and some lip moisturizer before we get started so we can get our best results. Have my lips nice and prepped. Ready for the makeup. Alright, I'm filming in front, like my little makeup storage area. I think this is where I'm going to try to film for a bit, just until I find a place where I'm comfortable, you know. So, to get started, I'm going to start with my brow gel. I just brush this through my brows before I get started. That way by the time I actually start my makeup, it is nice and dry. Just brush it through, combing my brows up so that I can get them to the shape that I want. You know, as you can see, like, I have two different shaped brows. This one is a little bit more rounded, so I tend to make this one more squared to kind of match this one. This brow is my favorite. This one's my favorite. It's my girl. We are connected. All right. I'll let those dry. While we're letting that dry, we're gonna go ahead and prime. And for priming today, I'm gonna do my double primer. I like to use the e.l.f. Power Grip. There we go. e.l.f. Power Grip, and then the Milani Conceal and Perfect. It's like a blurring kind of, it has like a balmy texture to it. I love it. It does feel nice and cooling on the skin whenever you apply it. Just gonna apply my primer. This one comes with like a little scoop in the top. Honestly, I never use it. I just dig my fingers into it. So, but it has like a little scoop in the top. Kind of like the Danessa Myricks has that little spoon. This is very similar. So I like to focus this one right at like my pore areas, middle of my cheeks. I have very large pores, so I just like to focus this right there. Just in those areas. And then let me bring it down through my T-zone. Okay, well, that's it. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, my eyes itching. It's like a little brow liner and spoolie brush that I just got from the hair store. And I'm going to use number. I'm going to use the NYX Pro Fix Stick, or Fix Stick Pro. I think it's Pro Fix Stick. I'm going to use this one in 10 Golden. I really like these things. I haven't liked a cream concealer in a hot minute, but I really like these. Just for like spot touching around my face. But I also like them to do my brows, because I can just go under my brow with the concealer and a liner brush, and it just like it glides on so pretty. It's very creamy concealer. I've done my full face with them. Like, I have six different colors, and I've done like my entire face with them. Use it for like foundation, concealer, highlight, concealer, and bronzing contour, and it looked great. Like, very natural finish, just very complimentary to the skin. So I really like these little guys. NYX did a great job with them. So we're just going to blend that out under the brow here. We're going to come back and use this concealer for our eyeshadow primer also. So I may just blend it down. Just cover my lid with it. Okay, so we got that done. Oh, there we go. Next, we are going to do our foundation. And the foundation that we are going to use is the Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint. I love this. They say it's a 24-hour skin tint. Again, I don't know. I haven't worn makeup for 24 hours. But I have worn it to work. And I think I bought this last summer. No, summer before last. I was on a travel assignment in Augusta. And I bought this. And it is just so pretty. So what I like to do is I like to do a drop on my foundation brush. And I'm going to be using the Real Technique Expert Face Brush. Mine is a little stained because I've had it forever. And I just dot it on my skin. And then I just blend it out. And the coverage is beautiful. Oh, a little pink. So that's something pink on my brush. And just kind of add more as needed. That didn't have any. There we go. down the chin onto my neck. I do bring my foundation down on my neck because I do have PCOS, so I have hirsutism, or however you say it, hirsutism. Some people say hirsutism. But I do have to where I get like male pattern hair growth, and so I wax, and sometimes I have some discoloration on my neck, and so I like to conceal and kind of correct that whenever I do my makeup. Just bring it down. Dust your ears if your foundation color is a little off. You know, we don't want to have any stark discolorations here. And I just pat and blend, just making sure everything looks as seamless as possible. Okay, and then at this point, I usually go ahead and add my little concealer to my eyelids. Just prime my lids. Go ahead and get them prepped and primed. Get ready for eyeshadow. And as you can see, the skin tint, it does have like a luminous glow to it. You can kind of see it in the bottle. Has like a luminosity to it. I think it's beautiful. Like, it looks amazing on the skin. Just looks very youthful. Sort of bring this down a smidge. There we go. It just looks very youthful and like a a glow from within. Use my e.l.f. in medium beige. I'm just going to place it under my eyes. I just kind of pat it there. Just pat it in place a little bit. Go down the bridge of my nose. I feel like the light is like reflecting off my face. So it's so luminous from the foundation. It doesn't look that luminous in person. It just kind of looks like a healthy skin glow, but I feel like in the video it just looks like just very, very luminous. And to blend out my concealer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Give that a nice little blend. I'm just kind of fluffing the brush out some. Just to kind of get it to like the little shape that I want. I just want it more like a fluffy texture, just to help with blend. No harsh lines or anything like that. And if you let your concealer just kind of sit a little bit too long, give it a nice little spray with like one of your setting sprays or a finishing spray, just to help re-moisten it so that you can go back in and just blend it back. And so that way it's not dry and just kind of cakey under your eyes. Just a little tip there. And so whenever I blend my concealer, whenever I place my concealer tight under my eyes. But whenever I blend more from the bottom and then just kind of work my way up to that area, up to that top area, concentrating on softening out those harsh lines. We can hear your keys. Just gonna blend out that forehead highlighter. I probably don't need to bring any attention to my forehead. Making a lot of noise over there. Okay. And then I go back in with my foundation brush. Just soften up any harsh lines on the outer perimeter. Soften them up under the eye also. Okay, and so we're just going to kind of let that sit and dry a little bit because we want it to be dry before we apply our setting powders. You don't want to apply your setting powder onto wet concealer or foundation because it kind of makes like this cakey consistency on there, and it's really hard to get rid of. I don't know the way to get rid of it. Normally whenever I have that happen, I just kind of start from zero, and it's very frustrating. So I just kind of let it sit for a bit, and I start getting ready for my powder. So for my setting powder, my favorite from the drugstore, my favorite setting and finishing powder from the drugstore has to be the Holy Grail Maybelline Fit Me powders. I have them in 20, I have it in 25, and I have them in 30. So 20 and 25 are my under eye and highlights, like brighter concealer, brightening concealer, setting powder colors, and then 30 is my full face color. So it just kind of depends how I'm doing my makeup. 20, I found, shockingly, is actually a little bit darker than 25. So I use 20 more for like my everyday, and so it's like this little tiny baby puff. So I'm going to use this to set my under eye. Go ahead and set my concealer under there. And before I do that, I'm just going to go in and make sure that I just kind of blend everything out so that I don't have any signs of creasing or like product building up under my fine lines. I have fine lines under my eyes, so of course I have like creasing, but what I don't have is like product migrating, which is a big thing. We all have fine lines, wrinkles, skin creases, so you're gonna have creasing into those areas, but what you don't want is like product migration. I think that's the best way to say it. So I'm going to set, I'm like just set under that area here. I just set a little bit more generously, kind of like a bake. Well, it is baking essentially. It's not kind of like a bake. Clarice, it's bacon. It's bacon, girl. So I just go ahead and set that. Just put a little extra powder here because we're going to start our eyeshadow. I love complexion, but I think shadow is like my favorite part of doing my makeup because I think my eyes are my favorite part of me. Like, I love my eyes. I love the shape of my eyes. I love like my little hood on my eyes. I love my eyes. Just gotta go ahead and set that. I also kind of pop some powder into my brows. Keeps them from looking very just stark. And a little bit on my stash area. All right. Okay. So now that we got that going, everyday eyeshadow looks. I absolutely love it. Like I said, eyes are my absolute favorite. So some of my favorite drugstore eyeshadow palettes is the e.l.f. Keep It Ethereal. It's like a dupe for the makeup. I've seen a lot of people say that it's a dupe for the Makeup Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. I didn't get that one because whenever it first came out, I was like, oh, it's very cool tone. I have those colors. I don't think I need to spend, I believe it was $69. I think it was like $69 on that shadow palette. Well, it went away. It came back. By the time that it came back, I had kind of fell in love with it and I really wanted it. And I kept freaking missing it. So I never got that palette. But I love this one. And it kind of gives off the same vibe as far as like color scheme. I've seen a lot of people say that they are a dupe for each other. My second favorite eyeshadow palette is the Morphe 9 Neutrals little palette. Neutral Tutorial. I love, love, love this. This one is my third one that I've gone through. I have hit pan on every single color. Usually except for this one. I usually have this one left over, but I've started kind of reaching more into those neutral cool tone shades, and so I've been using that one a lot more, and we may use it today, so we'll go ahead and do that one. So I'm just gonna smooth back out my shadow primer here because as you can see it kind of bunched up like where my eye crease is, so I'm just gonna smooth that back out. Okay, and to start, we are going to use a Morphe blending brush. This was from one of their older eye sets. I am heartbroken that Morphe redid their brushes. Heartbroken. I thought they were on sale, but I didn't know that they were like discontinuing them. So I think I brought like one or two blending brushes, and then that was it. And now they're gone, like gone. But I did buy some of their newer ones. What is this one? No, that's my Ariel Morphe brush. I did get a set of their newer brushes, and so I've been kind of playing around with these, and I like them. I'm not gonna say that I absolutely love them. They are, in my opinion, like for what I like my shadow brushes for and stuff, they are a bit soft. Some of them are like a little bit more soft, especially some of the face brushes, the complexion brushes. They're more soft. Let me blend while I talk because Jesus, we'll be here all night. So from the 9 Neutrals, I am gonna take the color Promise. Here, I'm gonna use that as my transition color. Just dab, 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 dab it up in there, and I just start blending here. blend, blend, blend. We don't want any harsh lines on this look. So I just kind of go a little bit outside of my eye, and I bring it far into the inner corner here. It's kind of all the way down. Just kind of like shape my eye with it. I'm going to do the same over here. Just blend, blend, blend. For the tapered blending brushes, I love these for like that all over blend color. Just to give like that quick wash of color onto the skin, and for like blowing out color. If I am doing a more structured blend, something into like a smaller area, say like right there, I tend to use a smaller blending brush, either a smaller tapered brush or one like the Morphe, I believe it's 433. Let me see if I can dig one of mine out. You see, I just like to blow this color, just kind of blow it out. I bring it down a little bit, just like a smidge, to just like shape between the bridge of my nose and my eye. So I kind of blow that into, and see, it just kind of gives a little bit more structure back into this area, because mine can like disappear in a heartbeat. Let me see if I can find this brush that I'm talking about. Brush caboodle was packed. Well, that's not the Morphe one, but that is the style of brush that I'm talking about. It's the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. Where's just like my Morphe one? I believe it is the Morphe like M433. I just dropped all my, well, not all my brushes, but like that cup. Okay. So if I'm blending into a smaller area, I tend to like take brushes that are like these. They tend to not be as fluffy as like this. Well, this one is kind of more fluffy. So see, this one is like a smaller tapered blender. And then this one is just like a flat blender. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH33. But I think in just like the regular Morphe line, it's like the Morphe M433. Yeah. Can't believe I just dropped all those freaking brushes. Like, whoa, whoa. Okay. So we have that. So I'm going to go in with Open Minded, which is my mid-tone brown here. And I am just going to place that here into my crease and just deepen it a smidge. Just kind of give it a little bit more depth, but nothing major, because remember, this is just like our everyday eyeshadow look. And I am a bit extra, so I know my everyday may be a little bit more for some people. You can see I just kind of pat and stamp it, rather than how I was more so blending that first color. I just kind of stamp it in. Okay, and then for our lid, I'm gonna go in with a flat paddle brush. This is the new Morphe brushes. It's very light. It has like white cream, like a cream gray color. And so this is the Morphe M303 eye packer. So I just take the eye packer and press it into straight up, and I just applied that right under where I applied that crease color. And again, I am just stamping it. I'm just stamping it right under Open Minded. I know it looks really harsh. Don't worry. Don't worry. We are not done, okay? Now, I like to bring this all the way over my lid, but I'm also going to go over it with a darker nude in just a second. So if you don't want to have to do all that, you can just bring it just like part of the way in, okay? So next, I'm going to go in with Midi, which is this little mid-tone color right here. No, this one is, wait a minute. Oh, no, this is Promise. This is the one that we started with, Promise. Sorry, it's like Midi. That one's a shimmer. And so with Promise, I'm just going to kind of darken up this back color here. Just darken it up just a smidge so that it doesn't look so stark. There's just like a nice little gradient there. As I said, like if you don't want to do that, you can just stop straight up a little bit closer to the front of your eye. Or you can just do Promise on the lid, period, and just make it like an all over brown. I think this is, nope, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Better. That way you can actually see it. Okay. And then I'm just going to take that JH33 brush again, and I'm just going to blend this. Just going right there where they kind of join up and just blend them. I feel like it's just kind of washing. Okay. So that's what we have for the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and do some liner. And for my liner, this is the Maven eyeliner from the Magic Collection. Pretty sure I found this at my local hair store. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a straight liner like across my eyes. No wing. Doing my left eye is so hard because vision wise, my left eye is my good eye. And so I don't focus very well with my right eye. So my left eyeliner kind of comes out a little bit more wonkier than my right. That's why I love lashes, because it kind of hides it a little bit for me. Actually came out better than it normally does. So, okay, maybe. Okay, all right, okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay, so we are done with the eyes, with the exception of our lashes. God, I hope I have glue up here. Jesus, did I grab my lash glue? I did not grab lash glue. I thought I did. We may just be doing mascara. Okay, so we are going to blend away our residual powder. This is a large powder brush from Sonia Kashuk. You know Sonia Kashuk. You can find her at... I'm not going to say where you can find her, but those that know where you can find Sonia Kashuk brushes. I love her brushes. They are great. She has like really pretty seasonal sets, but then she also has like her staple, I believe it's black. I think the regular line color is just black. So we're going to go in with the Maybelline Super Stay Powder in 332. This is, probably should have just been like an Elf and Maybelline. An Elf and Maybelline tutorial, because I feel like that's everything that I used. Okay, and we're just going to blend that. Set the rest of the face. My hair is like little flyaways and whatnot. Now, to bring some color back to the face, I do have the NYX Buttermilk Bronzer that I absolutely love, but I also love to use the Super Stay Foundation in 340. It's just a little bit darker than my skin. I love to use that to bronze up my skin also. So that's what I'm going to use for this video. Okay, and so to bronze, I go down the side of my face here to kind of narrow my face in that way. And then I go down my cheeks here to bring light and like a disconnect to that portion of my face. Do you see it? So there, and I bring a little shadow towards my hairline. I kind of have a big forehead. I'm like a little bit. Whatever. Okay. I'm stretching here. Bring it up there. And I just blend it in circular motions. Okay. Then I come down here. I know what y'all are thinking. Yes, this is everyday. This is like an everyday look for me. I know. I said I am extra, and that my everyday may be more than some people's everyday. You know? Okay. And so I'm just gonna blend that. Just kind of marry everything together. I don't feel like one of my clip-ins is sticking out. Okay. And so we are going to let these powders kind of melt. So I'm gonna do my blush first. I'm gonna do a little bit of blush first before I let them melt. I'm gonna do a little bit of blush, and I always melt my powders before I put on my mascara. That way it keeps down a lot of running. So this is the NYX Buttermilk Blush. This is in Getting Butter, number 8. Number 8. It is described as a shimmering rose. Okay. Now I'm gonna just let this help melt my powders, take away that kind of powdery look, and yeah, just kind of melt everything down. I kind of want to add some more blush. I don't know if I told y'all that. I don't know if I told y'all that in my haul video, or if you could tell from that in my haul video from all the blushes that I bought. But I love blush. I love blush. I like to look like a clown. Oh, I did tell y'all that because I said I like orange blush. I do. I love blush. I think I have the most blush and foundation. I think those are two of the products that I buy the most of whenever it comes to my makeup, blush and foundation. Yeah. So we're gonna go in with our mascara since I can't find my lash glue, and so we are going to use the Lash Princess by Essence. This is the one for curl and volume. Okay. We are just going to coat our lashes. We'll do 3 coats. And I have lashes, but I have like pretty sparse lashes. Like they aren't just Vavoom Pow, you know. Like they're there. They do their job. Okay, so that's 1 coat. People that have like their mascara down to a science, y'all fascinate me. Because I could not care any less. Because like I said, I will slap on a wispy lash in a heartbeat, but I want to be one of those people that can like transform my eyelashes with mascara. I'm gonna get there. I forgot what. No, I feel like it was a Jackie Anna tutorial where, and Auntie Jackie has like the best lashes. Oh my god, her bottom lashes are like little spiders. Absolutely amazing. I feel like it was a tutorial that she did a few years ago where she was like showing us how to do our mascara, and she was just saying like to wiggle and then drag to help like lengthen. I don't know. I could honestly be making that up. I am not entirely sure, but I feel like I remember her saying something about it. And I like have kind of been like a YouTube junkie for a while. That's kind of like where I really developed my passion for beauty and whatnot, just like watching other people. And I remember when Makeup Shayla came to YouTube, and she used to do this trick where she would take like her liquid liner and she would make like these little marks. And a few people were doing it around that time. They would make like the little marks on their bottom lash line to make their lashes appear fuller. And oh my god, I used to do that on my clients all the time, and everybody like loved it. And then it just kind of went away. I think it was like when lash primers made like a wave, that kind of went away because lash primers were like still in the thunder. But I used to love doing that little trick on clients. Prom clients, bridal clients, just like glam photo shoot clients. It was a wave, y'all. feel like this video took me way too long. Like, in real life, I can do this whole look in like 20 minutes. Okay, and to finish off our look, I have the Juvia's Place Soft Life. I think it's like their little gloss sticky thing came out a little bit ago. And I love this one. And I thought I had my ColourPop lip liner, but I lost some sauce up here on my desk. Okay, I'm just gonna put our clip-ins down. All right, guys, and this is our final look on our everyday makeup tutorial. I guess we can call it more of a soft glam makeup tutorial because I understand that like this is a bit much for every day for some people, and that's okay. That is a-okay, guys. Okay, love ya. Bye.